Drive-Thru. I'm your host, Tony T. As we broadcast live here on Pig Dogs and Sports Chat Place YouTube channel throughout social media. We'll get you out of here before the top of the hour, give you guys enough time to get those bets in for the primetime games. And that's what we do here on the Drive-Thru Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Deliver live free picks for the games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and later. And deliver those winners, our professional handicappers over at Pig Dogs and Sports Chat Place. We'll meet the cappers, get right to the picks. Let's say to David. David, what's going on?
Not much, Tony. Had a 2 and 3 day yesterday. Brutal losses on a couple of them. Had the Red Sox in extras, and then had the under in that late WNBA game, which died in overtime, which is always a shame to see. But we'll look to bounce back here tonight.
Absolutely, look to bounce back. Me as well. Let's go to Rod. Rod, what's happening?
No, not too much, Tony. Just one of those days for me, too. I took the beating like the Oilers did behind the woodshed. So, a tough start to the week. Definitely not what we wanted to have happen, but those days happen. So, for me, definitely looking for a bounce back here this Tuesday. Definitely, I believe we can find some winners here on this 15-game MLB card, and definitely a couple WNBA as well. So, let's get to it.
Yep, got a lot of games here to cover. All 15 will be covered here on the show. Our first start set at 6:35 Eastern. Just to let you know, Gibson Long will be a primary pitcher. Looks like Herder will be the opener for Detroit as they take on Baltimore tonight. Also here, let's see if we have any other changes here in these pitching rotations. We can say that Yelich will not be in the lineup today here for Milwaukee. He's been a late scratch due to rest, just rest. That's the key there with Yelich. Seaman Woods Richardson will get the start from Minnesota, getting called up from the minors with Pablo Lopez and our man Zebi getting injured. So Woods Richardson will get the start here, getting called up from the minors here for Minnesota. Let's see if there are any other changes here. We know that Matt Sauer will be the bulk pitcher for the Dodgers now. Sauer, the bulk pitcher. There will be an opener for LA today as they take on the Padres and Dylan Cease. Logan Evans, it was originally Woo goes tomorrow. So Logan Evans will start here against Brandon Pfaadt. So there's your updates in Major League Baseball for today. Just a note here, we are going to see some really hot weather day in Colorado, about mid-80s, wind blowing out. So that's been kind of the bigger change in the weather. We were seeing milder temperatures there in Colorado. Now we're getting hot weather as well in Kansas City, 86 degrees there. So we're starting to get some hot weather now. We're getting about 2 weeks away from the start of summer, right? June 22nd or so. So we're starting to get the summer temps coming in. So let's get to the baseball for today. Yeah, so we're ready to roll here on the drive-thru for today's action for Tuesday. Let's get the games here. First block of 5 will be Tigers and Orioles. Orioles $1.31 now. Total sits here at 9. And then we go ahead and we'll continue on here and move to, hang on one second. What's going on here with my browser? Let me get this set up here. What do we got here? Next up will be Marlins and Pirates. We got the Pirates $1.46, total of 8. Reds and Guardians, the Reds $1.08 now, total 8.5. Cubs and Phillies. Phillies, the dogs here. Cubs $1.09 on the road, total 9.5. We close the blocks here with the Red Sox and Rays. Red Sox $1.10, total 9. A lot of competitive prices here. Looks like coin flip prices in this first block. We get it underway here with David.
Yeah, first one I'm looking at here, the Marlins taking on the Pirates. Pittsburgh, they found some momentum here. They've won 4 games in a row, including a sweep of the Phillies. So they're playing some of their best baseball of the season here. Their offense still really scares me as they're one of the lowest scoring teams in baseball. But I like them to get the win here today going against our friend Sandy here in Miami, who has just had an awful start to the season. Now, he did pitch slightly better or much better, I guess, in his last start against the Rockies. 2 earned over 6 innings. But if you look at the few starts prior to that, in the 4 starts prior to that, he gave up 19 earned runs over 19 innings. So about an earned run an inning. I just can't back that. I think the Pirates, I know the price has really moved towards Pittsburgh here as the day's gone on, but I'll still lay it with the Pirates on the money line. And then in this Tigers-Orioles game, I like the over in this one. Sitting at 9.5 is plus money. 9 is also out there. I just think we see plenty of offense here in this one. Detroit going with Gibson Long as the primary pitcher. Just his second appearance, he was not very good in his first appearance. And then Pavich going for the Orioles, who has an ERA over 5, a whip near 1.5. We know this Detroit offense has been very dangerous this year, and Baltimore's offense is coming around here over the last 2 weeks or so. So I like the over 9.5 there.
Yeah, from David. Next up, we move right on over to Rod. You're on mute there, Rod.
For me, looking at that same game, I like Keller here in this spot. I think he can pitch over his out total here in this one. 18.5 is where I see it on a nice plus price, so I think he can get us 19 outs. He already pitched once against the Marlins this season and went 6 innings. We only need to go a couple more outs into the next inning, so I think he can do that here. And look what he's done over his last few starts: 18 outs, 21 outs, 18 outs, 18 outs, 18 outs, and last time out against the Astros, he got 19 outs. So, I mean, Mitch Keller over the 18.5 outs. And then looking at the Cubs and Phillies, I like the under in that one. Colin Ray on the bump here. He had a little patch where he had a couple games where he wasn't pitching well, and then his last start, he kind of turned that around. He did have an opener in that game. It was Drew Pomerantz open, but he's going to start this game. And the last time out, he went 5 innings, gave up 3 hits, couple walks, 7 Ks, and the Cubs got the 4-0 win in that one. And then on the other side of the bump for the Phillies, Mick Abel. This will be his 3rd start, and you will see what he's done in his first 2. 1-1, 0.79 ERA. Yeah, pitchers duel early in this one. Give me the under between the Cubs and the Phillies.
And there from Ronnie. There from Ronnie. You got to wonder with these veteran pitchers, right? When the manager says, "Oh, we're going to throw an opener out there," that got to hit their confidence level a little bit there, right? It's got to be a little humiliating when a manager says, "Oh, we're going to put an opener in front of you." That doesn't set. I don't think I'd take that too well. Ask some of the guys, these old school pitchers, that how they'd handle that. I don't think they'd like it too much. I'm going to look here at Detroit here. Baltimore 6-22 against these good bullpen teams. I know Baltimore is improving. I got to see a little more improvement from them to back them here against a good Detroit Tiger team here in this spot. Tigers have hit the ball pretty well over their past 7 and 265 at night. Orioles 220. Their bullpen ERA over 5 at home. We know the bullpen's good for Detroit. I'll take them in this spot. I got to back Abbott against this Guardians team. Guardians can't hit at home and they can't hit left. He's just 225. Look at Abbott in his 4 road starts and ERA just over 2. The bullpen's in good form right now. And I'll look at the Reds in that spot. Also here, I will look here at, Rays and Red Sox right here. I'm going to go ahead and take the Rays here. I like what I'm seeing with his Rays. They're hitting the ball. They hit right-handers very well. Pepio, his 4 road games in ERA 2.35. Against these starters that average less than 5 innings per start, usually these are substandard pitchers, Rays are 4-1 on the road. So I'll look at Tampa Bay in this spot. All right, let's continue here on the drive-thru as we get ready here for the next series of games. And in the middle block will be Nationals and Mets. The Mets $1.45. Total sits here at 7.5. Braves and Brewers. Remember Yelich out tonight for the Brewers. Braves $1.26. Total 8.5. Yankees and Royals. Yankees near $2 here. Total 8.5. Rangers and Twins. Twins $1.19. Total sits at 9. We close it out with Blue Jays and Cardinals. The Cards $1.25. Total of 8. We get to start here with David.
Yeah, I don't love the news that Yelich is sitting out for Milwaukee. He's been fantastic here over the last couple weeks, really all season, but the last couple weeks has been really hitting well. But I'm going to still take Milwaukee here at the plus price at home, plus 110 on the money line. I know we saw Atlanta win last night, I think in a blowout 7-1, but they've been horrible over the last couple of weeks. I don't think one good outing can sway me to not have them be an underdog here in this spot, if that makes sense. Priester's going for Milwaukee, who has he's been a bulk pitcher in his last 2 outings, but he's pitched pretty well. He's allowed 2 earned runs or fewer in 3 straight appearances. All 3 of those were at least 5 innings. Grant Holmes for the Braves has been pretty solid this year, an ERA just under 4, a whip of 1.2. He's allowed 3 earned runs in each of his last 2 starts, and the last one against Arizona only went 3 1/3 innings. So I think Milwaukee is the play here. Even without Yelich, that definitely scares me a little bit. I liked it a lot more when he was in the lineup. But I'll take the Brewers here to win there. And then the Rangers and the Twins, I'm going to take Texas at plus 105 to get the win. I know they're just 11-22 on the road this season, which definitely scares me. Not the best road team, that's for sure. But their pitcher, Male, has been very good, with the exception of his last start. He allowed 4 earned runs last time out against Tampa Bay, but prior to that, very good for pretty much the whole season. When you look at Minnesota, they're 19-10 at home, and they've kind of cooled off. They were really hot there for a few weeks, but they've cooled off recently. They're coming off of a series loss against the Blue Jays, and they're starting Woods Richardson, who is definitely not my favorite. He has an ERA over 5. Last time we saw him was back on May 14th against a Baltimore team that was really struggling back then, and he allowed 6 earned runs over 4 innings. So I think the Rangers here at plus money have some really good value.
There we go here from David on over to Rod. Up around mute there, Rod. Oh, still on mute. Still on mute. Can't hear
it. Yankees Royals. I'm going to grab the under there. That matchup. You look Fried on the bump. Hey, he had one little blip against the Dodgers. Bounced back last time out against the Guardians. I think you can mow down some Royals here in this one. And we got Cameron on the bump for the Royals. And he's been dealing all season long as well. And this total 8.5. You look at both these squads doing night games. Well, the Yankees 24-13 to the under in night games. Royals 26-12 to the under. Give me the under in that game. And then looking at the Braves matchup, I like Austin Riley here to get 2 hits. He's been hot for the Braves. He's got 2 hits, 1 hit, 2 hit, 2 hit, 2 hit, and I believe he got 3 hits last night. So on a nice plus price, I'll take Austin Riley over 1.5 hits in that game for the Braves tonight.
Yeah, from Rod, say what I like here about these games. I like the under with Texas and Minnesota. Texas just goes under. This is a team that's hitting 204 over their past 6 games, but getting really good bullpen work over there. 1.93. Minnesota hitting 248 at home, but a very good ERA with their bullpen at home. Woods Richardson now, his issues have been on the road in his 3 home starts, an ERA of 2.40. And against these teams with good bullpens, a whip of 1.25 or lower, Texas 21-4 to the under against these teams. So I like the under in that game. Also going under with Braves and Milwaukee. I like the Yelich isn't sitting. Atlanta is hitting just $1.97 in their past 6. Brewers at 206. Brewers bullpen has been in pretty good form. Look at Holmes' past 5 starts, ERA just over 3. Priester under 3. And against these teams with an on-base percentage of 325 or lower, the Braves 20-5 to the under against these NL teams with on-base percentage of 325 or lower. So look for the under in that one. Give me the dog with KC at the big plus price. Royals at home against left-handed starters. 4-1, returning 4 units. Looking here at Fried in his past 5 starts. Does have an ERA over 3. And to get on the road against left-handers, Yankees are a coin flip, 4-4, losing 1 unit. So tomorrow they're going to see Bubic. So it's going to be a tough stretch here for this Yankees team. Lefties for KC. So I'll look at KC at that big price. And Blue Jays and Cardinals. Come back here with the Cardinals. Michaelis in his past 5 starts, an ERA under 3. With the Cardinals now 17-5 at home against right-handed starters. I'll come back with them, especially now at this price range. Right now I'll take St. Louis in that spot. All right, let's continue here on the drive-through as we close out. No, St. Louis has really steamed up from the opening line. It's been a big move for them. Let's continue here on the drive-through as we close out Major League Baseball here with these final 5 games on the schedule. Next up, we've got the White Sox Astros. Astros $1.64, total 7.5. Giants and Rockies. The Giants $1.98 on the road, total 11.5. Athletics and Angels. Angels 142, total 9. Mariners and Diamondbacks. D-backs $1.32, total 9.5. And then Dodgers and Padres. The Padres here $1.19. The total sits here at 8.5. I don't know if I mentioned the starter here for the Dodgers. It looks like it will be Sauer going here for LA. We thought it might have been Bobby Miller, but Sauer is now the primary pitcher for LA. So that's been the change. So we're going to have an opener for LA today as Sauer has been relegated to the bulk pitcher today. So an opener for LA. So against Dylan Cease. So we get the block underway here with David.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Astros here on the run line. Setting it right around plus 130. They've been a really solid home team this year, 22-12 straight up. But the Chicago team, while they have shown some improvement over the last 3 series or so, they're just 6-26 on the road. They cannot figure it out on the road. I know they're starting Shane Smith, who has actually been pretty solid for them, in ERA under 2.5, 3 earned runs or fewer in 5 straight starts. But McCullers Jr. Going on the other side for Houston, we know he is really inconsistent, either get really good or really bad, but lately it's been mostly good. He's allowed 2 earned runs or fewer in 3 of his last 4 outings, and he faces one of the lower scoring teams in the league here with Chicago. So I'll take Houston on the run line. And then looking at Seattle and Arizona, I'm going to look at the over here. It's sitting at 9.5, so it is on the high side for sure. But I'm going to fade Arizona and Brandon Pfaadt, who we have seen just be horrible in his last 2 outings. 14 earned runs over his last 3 innings pitched. Of course, that includes that 8 earned runs against Washington that he had without recording an out 2 starts ago. He's allowed at least 3 earned runs in 5 straight outings. He's really not pitching very well at all. And obviously, the 2 blowups the last 2 starts, his ERA's ballooned up to over 5.5. So I know the Seattle offense can be a little hit or miss, but you get them on the road. You know, they don't hit it at home, but Seattle on the road has been scoring some decent numbers. So I like the over 9.5 there.
Yeah, from Rod, just in right now, MLB Network has Ohtani pitching a simulated game today. So looks like Ohtani might be getting closer and closer to getting a start. Of course, Dodgers dealing with a lot of injuries in the bullpen, a lot of issues with their starter. Ohtani in a sim game right now. You get to watch it on MLB Network. So interesting to see Ohtani trying to get back into form here in the starting rotation. Interesting there. On over to Rod.
Muted, Rod.
Yeah, mute.
I like Shane Smith here in the first 5 for the White Sox. You look, he's pitched well over his last couple starts. Pitched well against the Mets, and then pitched well against the Tigers last time out. So I don't want to mess with the bullpens in this one. So give me the White Sox in the first 5. We've seen them win 2 out of 3 already versus the Astros this season. And then another one I'm looking for here is give me the Rockies plus the 1.5 there in that matchup. Hey, it's a hot day in Colorado. Probably going to see some runs. Bookmakers telling you're going to see some runs with that total up at 11. And the Giants, hey, what do they do following a win as a favorite? Well, they failed to cover the run line. 10 straight fails to cover the run line as a favorite following a win. So give me the Rockies plus the 1.5 at a nice little plus price. And then as you alluded to, I don't know, that price just... seems a little bit funky for the Dodgers and the Padres. I see 8.5 for the total, but I've also seen it drop down to 8. So, which just doesn't make sense to me. Why is it dropping to 8? It's just it almost seems too easy to grab the over with them dumpster fires going on the mound. But I'm going to take the under here. I think the opener, good old Trevino, I think looks like the opener. And maybe if you get 2 innings out of him, he's done pretty well. You look, he's been pretty solid. Going 1-2 innings. I think if you get no runs out of him in the first couple innings, the scary part is Cease, because you know what he's done against the Dodgers. It hasn't been pretty. His last 3 have been really scary. But why is he favored here in the spot? It's just one of those spots. Give me the under and give me the Padres there in that one, because we know after Trevino, it's Sauerbraten coming out after that as the bulk pitcher. So. I'll take the Padres and a shot there to get the Dodgers in that one.
There you go from Rod. I'm just thinking maybe the people thought it was Bobby Miller, and they haven't reacted to the change in pitchers.
They haven't reacted yet, right?
Right, they saw Bobby Miller. The gas can that got refueled with low octane in AAA coming in. So, that's the highest flammable gas is low octane. By the cheap gas is the highly flammable. That's what they put into Miller when he's in the minors. But I like the over. I agree with Rod. It's getting hot in Colorado now. This is about the hottest I've seen at 85 degrees. So as I said, we're getting closer to summer now, 2 weeks away, and the wind's blowing out. I know the trends are going to say under, but nope, we're 85 degrees. We know we're going with that one. Angels and Athletics with 2 bad bullpens. Give me the over here. Athletics have hit the ball pretty well over their past 7 at 268. Soriano's been rocked at home this year. Looking at Soriano, in his starts this year, 5 home starts, ERA around 6. The Angels bullpen ERA near 6. 75 degrees at game time, wind blowing out. Give me the over in that one, and give me Seattle in this spot against. I'll check that. No, I'm gonna stay away from that game with I was handicapping that with Wu in there. Wu goes tomorrow, so past that one. I'm gonna go over with the Padres and Dodgers. I know. The issue there with the total is basically people looking at that Padres bullpen, but I think this Dodger bat says anytime I see 8 or 8.5 on LA, first thing I'm thinking is over. Cease has been pounded by LA. The wind is blowing out a little bit here in San Diego. LA is hitting 270 against righties with 73 homers in their 46 games. LA bullpen past 28 games in ERA over 4. So I'll look at Padres, by the way, 5-2 the over to home, facing teams that outscore opponents by half run or greater. I like the over in that one. All right, let's continue here on the drive-thru. As we transition over to the W for tonight, as we get a couple of games up there from the W, as we'll get to the games for you here in just a second. ESPN's got some coverage tonight in the W, so let's get to the games here. We got Sky and Liberty. You know, Sky dealing with the injuries here, so look at the line here. Liberty 16.5. Total sits here at 164. And we close it out here tonight with the, let's see, we get the game up here. Let's see, we can close it out. There we go. Fever and the Dream, this one on ESPN3. We've got the Dream 210, Dream 9-5 in this one, total 161. And we get us underway here with David.
I'm going to lay the big number here with the Liberty. You know, it almost seems too easy if you look at Chicago's last game, really, against the Fever. They lost by a ton of points. I think it was 27 points. Lost one of their better players out for the season. They already were struggling offensively, definitely struggling defensively, allowing over 90 points against per game. Meanwhile, the Liberty 8-0, one of the best teams in the W for sure, shooting nearly 48% from the field, scoring over 91 points per game. They're at home, and the first time these teams played, New York won by 25. So I'll walk right into the trap and take the Liberty minus 16.5.
There we go from David. Next up, we move right on over to Rod.
I don't know about a trap. I think you can find extended on that thing. You look at the Sky when they try to revenge a loss from earlier that they got whooped by 20 or more points. 0-6 ATS in that spot. As he alluded, no Courtney Vandersloot for the Sky. So bad news all around. Just got worse for the Sky squad that already struggles defensively. You look what they've done in all their games versus the Eastern Conference. They're almost letting up 50% field goal shooting. That's not going to get the job done defensively, especially against a Liberty team that we know can play some solid defensive basketball. They can also drop 110 on you if they want to. So do they do it here? Easily, I think they cover by 20 plus. I'm with you. Lay the 20 there. And then looking at the Fever in Atlanta, you know what? I'm going to take the under here in this matchup. Both of these squads, funny enough, they play some solid defense at home. Atlanta at home, great defensively at home. Only giving up about 70 points a game. And the Fever on the road, only giving up about 70 points a game. Both teams 3-0 to the under. Fever 3-0 to the under on the road. Atlanta 3-0 to the under at home. Give me the under, 161 in this one.
Yeah, from Rod. All right, we got you through our parlay, through our WNBA. Now it's time for our Parlay Purple segment where Cappers give out a parlay, team player prop, game of the future. They make the call on this segment. We get this segment here underway here with David.
I'm going to go with a three-teamer here in the MLB. I'm going to take the Pittsburgh Pirates on the money line. I'm going to take the Brewers on the money line, and I'm going to take the Rangers on the money line.
There from David, we move right on over to Rod.
And for me, we're going to take the lay the points with the Liberty. Take the Colorado Rockies plus the 1.5. And then we're going to throw in the under in the Yankees and the Royals. Little three-teamer for you.
Yeah, from Rod, I tell you what I like here. I'm going to go with give me Casey at that big plus price with the over Giants Rockies. So I'm seeing 11 juiced over now in that one, and over in Athletics and the Angels. All right, we got you through our Parlay Purple segment. Now it's time to see what our cappers have for sale over at Pick Dog Spam in a week that gives us a lot of baseball, WNBA action, NBA, and NHL finals for this week. We're not going to have too many more days off starting tomorrow. We should have NHL and NBA rotating for much of the rest of this week. Let's take a look, see what Rod's got for sale over at Pick Dog Spam for tonight's action. Let's see here what Rod's got rolling on. It's been an impressive year in NHL. What do you got for sale, Rod?
And for me tonight over at Pick Dog Stream, I got my MLB play of the day, so you can scoop that up singly. We dropped it yesterday with the Brewers, so looking to bounce back with my play of the day there. That play of the day is included in a 3-pack where we're going to tackle the Bookie Tuesday. I got 3 plays to knock it out the park in the MLB, so definitely you can scoop up that 3-pack. Join me today. Let's continue to crush the books. Or better yet, grab that week pass. We got lots of action the rest of the week. More NBA, more NHL. We got some CFL later on in the week and more MLB. So definitely jump aboard, take advantage of that 2-for-1, 3-for-1 parasol up that you see on today's show. And let's put us to work and put some cash into your pocket. Don't forget, pick at checkout. Save 15% off. Head on over, Big Dog Sports that place. Can't beat it. That 2, 3, 4-for-1 cap promotional is the way to go. Jump aboard long term.
Turn the way to go again. Both Rod over at Pick Dogs Prim. Let's see what David Racy's got for sale over at Pick Dogs Prim. Dave, what's for sale?
Yeah, I have 5 plays tonight, 6 actually, 5 in baseball, 1 in the WNBA. It's been up and down the last couple weeks for me. Like I said yesterday, I had a couple tough losses. Look to bounce back here though today, like Rod said. Long term's the way to go, especially as we get into the rest of the week here with the NBA and NHL. And then I'll probably have some CFL up as well this weekend. Didn't put anything up premium-wise this past weekend, but did pretty well for myself. So I think I'll look at putting a couple up there for this upcoming week. But either way, check it out and join something long-term if that's what you're looking for.
That's right. Yeah, more David over at Pick Dogs Premium. I've got a best bet on the board right now for Major League Baseball, as well as a 3-pack. Number 2 unit producer in Major League Baseball for the year over at Pick Dogs. So get on board with me right now over at Pick Dogs Premium, or get on long-term pass. You guys like that 7-day pass early week. You'll get all of my baseball and NBA playoffs as we get it back going on tomorrow with not many days off in between. So get on board with me over at Pick Dogs Premium. Remember, for the promo code PICK at checkout, we'll save you that 15% off multi-capper promotion, so you can match up your favorite capper and get signed up. All right, we're with you here on the drive-thru, guys. Monday through Friday here at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Make sure you like, subscribe, set those notifications, be live with us to get the plays in real time. Of course, we're approaching 250,000 subscribers over the Pick Dogs YouTube channel, so you guys make sure you hit that subscribe button. A lot of great content here. Of course, a lot of great content as well over on the websites. Of course, David, you contributed in written form over on the websites.
Yep, on either site, you just click on the free pick tab at the top of the web page. Click on whatever sports you're looking for, and you get a free pick article. Good kind of season reset, see how the team's been doing, some stats, some trends, all that good stuff. It's a great source for baseball, obviously, but definitely the WNBA as well, as some people are still scrambling for a good source of info for the W.
Very good. Of course, Rod, you're pretty much a regular here on the drive-thru. Yep, on mute, Rod.
Pretty much a regular here on the drive-thru Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. Tune into the drive-thru. Get your 4 winners.
All right, there you go, guys. That's going to do for this edition of the drive-thru. We're back again tomorrow live at 6 p.m. each time. There's some baseball for you. NBA Finals returns as well as action from the W. So make sure you like, subscribe, and set those notifications. Anything in closing before we close it out?
Good luck tonight.
All right,
Crush it.
Making a winning night and crush it. Well, goodbye, guys. Make